I'd have done this. This is Gary Maloney for Sacktown Slam, and I am here for your Monday night review. Unfortunately, is coming almost 24 hours later, but the fact of the matter is that Monday night really was not anything to write home about, and it was very disappointing. I mean, it usually is in those, that week before last. So let's get right to it. This was from Indianapolis, Indiana, at the Bankers Life Field House. It was October 9th, 2017. Basically, the show started off with The Miz handing out the second annual Mizzies. Basically, he was taunting the Shield the whole time. And the fact of the matter is that Miz tells Reigns to go back and get Dean or Seth or something. Although the rumors of the Shield getting back together seem greatly overhyped and exaggerated, Reigns was like, rumors? And he's like, who said they were rumors? And then he drops the mic. Then Dean's music hits. Seth's music hits. And the Shield begins stomping down toward the ring, and they just beat the shit out of everybody. I mean, they got all their finishers moves off of said people. Dean got, dirty deeds on the Miz, and then they did the Cerberus powerbomb to the Miz. And so that's the way that segment ended. It was a lot of Miz talking, which I find greatly annoying. So that's why I just skipped it all and headed straight for the exciting part. Then you had Carl Anderson versus Jason Jordan. Another match that really was just like nothing to write home about. But the winner was Jason Jordan. And, Anderson avoided a move, but not for long, as the Olympic guy. So it wasn't exactly that thrilling. Plus, this is Jason Jordan, and they're still giving him a hard time about being the son of Kurt Angle. Why? I don't know, because he's out of the IC picture now, so why does it matter? The Miz was the one that started that. I mean, him, unless he straight up becomes unhinged, and he's the one that Angle ends up facing after getting all this experience, then I don't see what the point to this is. Anyway, after that, Kurt Angle tells The Miz that Cesaro and Sheamus will be facing the Shield at the TLC event. Then Elias was in the ring, and this was actually one of the funnier segments of the show. Elias was in the ring, he's about to play a song, and then Apollo Crews comes out playing a shitty banjo solo. And, saying that, that this is about to be a breeze, and he starts playing the banjo, singing a song, making fun of Elias, and yeah. Then you had another pointless Elias-Apollo Crews match, where Apollo Crews, basically, he had the advantage almost the whole match, and then suddenly Elias hits drift away, and that was that. I find it very stupid that you are pushing the envelope on that, too. I mean, this is the fourth time these guys have fought each other, and they fought each other on a pre-show match. I mean, that's enough already. You do not need to bury Elias the way you have buried everyone else. I mean, it's time for Apollo Crews to face somebody else. Let Apollo Crews face Bray Wyatt, and let Elias get his ass kicked by somebody else. Because they are really pushing Elias. Then Enzo Amore came out, and oh god, Enzo Abore Enzo came out and he tells Angle if he's got something he wants to talk to him about, and it's about the piece of paper. And he was like, well, it applied to everybody until I signed Kalisto, because Kalisto didn't sign that. And basically says, that nobody should get a shot at him, and that why is Kalisto getting a shot at me? Enzo says that he's been bamboozled, that he's the one that put the division on the map. Bullshit! Yeah, if you put the division on the map, let me know, because it's not on the map on the WWE network. That shit's still between 15th and 17th on the radar of the WWE network as far as shit that gets watched during the week. So, no, you didn't put the division on the map. You put the division in the dumpster fire. Anyway, the fact is that Kalisto's match, and then Angle was like, that match between him and Kalisto won't be happening at TLC, that it'll be happening tonight, and that it'll be a lumberjack match. Good call. That is actually a great call, because you're getting all the cruiserweights out there. You're going to see them all as lumberjacks while Enzo and Kalisto fight for the cruiserweight title. Great match. Braun Strowman versus Matt Hardy. Who the fuck made this match? Obviously, the end of it was, much, much, much better than the beginning. I do have to say that Matt tried to hit a side effect. That didn't work. He did eventually get a twist of fate in, but that did not faze Braun Strowman. And unfortunately, what ended up happening was he got a tornado DDT. He got a twist of fate. The crowd goes nuts as Matt pins, but Strowman kicked out at 1. And then Strowman defeated him and finishes him with that big-ass power slam he has. Gets the 3 count. Strowman was not done with Matt yet. As he picked him up, looks like he's going to carry his ass out of the arena, and then all of a sudden all 3 members of the Shield appeared with new shirts, by the way. And so apparently that's something they're pushing the agenda on. I have a feeling these shirts will probably be available through the end of the holiday season. Essentially, Reigns, Roman, and freaking Ambrose just destroyed him. And, I think he got speared into the walkway at the end. And they do that 3-man little fist bump. And they did the 3-man power bomb to Strowman. Just right through the announce table also. That was the other big thing that happened, was they literally picked him up and all the announcers just boogied out of the way. Like Booker T, man, he booked it all right. And then they threw him through the announce table, and there was no announce table left to be had after that during the night. Then Mickie James came out. I mean, this was basically, and I like this about Bliss, because Bliss played like a little 1950s black and white montage to the accomplishments of Mickie James, making it seem again like she was really old. I almost wonder, are they going to put Alexa Bliss over, or are they going to put Mickie James over? Because, after a feud like this, you would think that, I don't know, maybe Mickie James goes over? This comes out to be one of those, you start small and you end small. And with Miss 5 Feet of Fury out there, that's starting out pretty small. So she won the title. She's held the damn thing since the roster split. Or the shake-up, excuse me. So it's time for a new champ. And I think Mickey should be that champ. And, she acts like she was going to fight her because it's like, it didn't. Mickey ran out, and I forget exactly what she said, but she did. She was like, I don't know, something like "There's no school like the old school," and then she just runs out and starts wanting to attack her, and freaking Alexa Bliss just books it. So, anyway, there was a cruiserweight tag match. Yawn. Between Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick versus Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali. Basically, they got away with, let's see. They basically, it looks to be all just strikes and stuff. Basically, Kendrick wins with sliced bread number 2 and it looks like it was sliced bread number 2 on Mustafa Ali, which is what got Kendrick and Gallagher the win. I don't understand why Gallagher's trying to be a bad guy right now. I guess it's just character progression, but no one's going to give a shit if you're not watching 205 Live. And right now, 205 Live don't mean shit, even with Enzo Abore. So then you had Miz come out, and they were backstage, and Angle is going to need... Miz tells Angle he's going to need a new tag team partner. Angle agrees and asks who it is, and then Braun Strowman comes fucking busting through the door. So it looks like it's going to be a 4-on-3 situation, unless they choose to add Big Show to this, which would make no sense. So, it looks like Braun Strowman will be a part of that match. Why, I don't fucking know. But, okay, I guess, I mean, anything to make that main event more exciting, but when you don't have your main champion defending your main title, it's gonna be a very long night for those guys on Raw at TLC. So, anyway, Finn Balor, and this has really lost my attention. Finn Balor came to the ring, and then Bray appears on the screen, and that all of a sudden that said that Sister Abigail was here. Bray's face transformed and is now veiled, and his face has a feminine tune to it now. I don't know if this is going to be a chick or Bray in drag or what the fuck. I mean, Bray is saying that you should be afraid and blah, 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 and that Bray's normal face, it goes back to Bray's face as he laughs, and later on, Finn's like, oh, I'm scared, you know what, if you weren't scared of Bray before, you shouldn't be afraid of him now, and if they're gonna put Bray over on Finn for this, just Sister Abigail thing, dumb, boo, thumbs down. This should have been a feud that was saved for a Royal Rumble or a WrestleMania, and the match should have happened uno times, once. The fact that they are dragging this shit out throughout the whole fall, it looks like, is fucking dumb. And I cannot, for the life of me, understand where they're coming from. here. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, none of this makes any sense. Like, why the fuck are you fighting? What is the point with you fighting? It makes no sense. Therefore, it really doesn't mean anything to me. Anyway, you had a women's fatal 5-way between Bayley, Sasha, Emma, Alicia Fox, and Dana Brooke. And this was a fight for who was going to face Asuka. Way to go, WWE! When we can't think of an original idea, we'll just make another fatal 5-way. 2017, the year of fatal 5-ways, because we've only had how many of those this year? Oh my gosh. Sing a new tune for me, WWE. Like, literally. I was happy about the people that were placed into this match, but I was not happy that it was a fatal 5-way, and then suddenly, off the cuff, they're like, oh, but it's elimination. Ooh. You know, like, give me a break. Bell sounds and a brawl ensues. Sasha and Bayley are cleared out of the ring. Brooke lands some shots on Emma and Fox. Bayley comes back into the ring, and Brooke hits a Bayley to belly and pins for a 3 count. Brooke was eliminated. Sasha rolls Bayley up and suddenly gets a 2 count. Sasha is beat back, and then Alicia Fox hits Bayley in the back of the back with an axe kick for a pinfall, which looked very nice. Bayley was eliminated. Wait a minute, Sasha is beat back, and then Fox hits Alicia Fox beat Bayley. So let me just tell you something. That tells you exactly how this company is looking at Bayley right now. Shit. So for all the build up and the WrestleMania moment and everything that she had to fucking work for, when she reached the top, she is now being treated like second-rate garbage. Way to go, WWE! Asuka versus Bayley would have been a great fucking way to start Asuka's fucking I'm gonna shred you. But considering how you have fucked over Shinsuke Nakamura, I expect nothing less than for you to fuck over Asuka. I really do. I think her opening match she will lose. And remember the joke about how I said, ooh, her opening match, she gonna fuck over by Emma. Yeah, let's have her lose to Emma in her opening match. Well, guess who won this fatal 5-way? After a commercial, Sasha moves up, makes Fox tap out to the bank statement, leaving her and Emma. Emma runs in and gets in as a surprise pin on Sasha for the victory. Fucking Emma, is facing Asuka at TLC. I'm going to be honest with you. It would not shock me at all if Emma defeats Asuka with the shitty direction this company is headed in. So, Emma's fighting Asuka at TLC, which, to be fair, Emma and Asuka fought each other before. They probably want somebody with, a little ring chemistry with Asuka, but I am afraid for Asuka because it's going to be all about me if she's the first one to beat Asuka. And that would bury Asuka to the point of no fucking return. Anyway, after that was when Balor was interviewed. But he's unleashed something truly evil. He could hear Sister Abigail's words inside his head. Ooga booga! Fucking give me a fucking break, man. You weren't even afraid of Bray Wyatt, and now you're gonna tell me the demon's afraid of Sister Abigail. Oh, the demon's afraid of Sister Abigail. I mean, this whole fucking episode of Raw fucking sucked. Okay? And then you had the one saving grace, because we all know that the Shield thing, that's a one shot for TLC. They're probably not doing anything with the Shield after TLC, so don't sit there and get all nostalgic for 2 weeks and think they're gonna, work as a unit after that. No, they're not. So I am not getting my hopes up with this Raw creative team. I am not getting my hopes up. I'm not getting my hopes up at all for these fucks. So anyway, Cruiserweight Championship Lumberjack match. Enzo versus Kalisto. Kalisto does the soft thing, which no one gives a shit about when he came out. Anyway. The Lumberjacks start to move in on Enzo and slides him back into the ring and talks trash to them. Kalisto knocks Enzo back into the corner and then gets the crowd cheering, Lucha, 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 Lucha. And then there was a commercial break. Back again, and Enzo is talking to Kalisto. He boots Kalisto in the ribs and then runs his mouth to the crowd. He throws Kalisto into the ropes, and Kalisto lands on the apron. Kalisto catches Enzo with a shot, and with the shot coming in, and then he hits a springboard crossbody. Enzo counters with his whiplash on Kalisto, throwing the back of his head into the turnbuckle. Enzo throws Kalisto out of the ring, and Gallagher and Brian Kendrick start stomping on him. Kalisto is thrown back in and pins for a 2 count. Enzo lands a leg drop and then wraps Kalisto in a rear chin lock. Enzo runs in for a big kick, but Kalisto catches it and then spikes Enzo with a DDT, which looked fucking hard. Enzo landed hard, and there was like a boom kind of thing that went on with that. I'm not sure that he landed right on his head, but then again, his head's kind of fucked up anyway. He pins, but Enzo kicks out. Enzo ends up in the corner, and Kalisto runs in on him, and Enzo knocks him down with a kick to the chest. Enzo rolls Kalisto outside, and Mustafa Ali gently rolls him back in. Enzo kicks out, and Ali jumps up on the apron, talking trash. Suddenly, the cruiserweights on the outside start arguing, and then a brawl breaks out between the cruiserweights. Kalisto gets Enzo up on the top rope and delivers a superplex onto all of the cruiserweights. After throwing out Enzo onto the cruiserweights, he basically jumps out on top of Enzo and the cruiserweights. The crowd appropriately chants "Holy shit," which was probably one of the 2 holy shit moments of the night. The other one being when Braun got just power bombed onto the announce table. Enzo and Kalisto make their way slowly back into the ring. Enzo hits his finisher and pins for a 2 count, but Ali grabs Enzo's legs and drags him outside the ring. Ali screams at Enzo that he doesn't represent the cruiserweight division. Enzo clotheslines Ali hard and then jumps back into the ring. Enzo gets Kalisto on the top rope, but Kalisto fights him off, and Kalisto hits a Salida del Sol for a 3 count, and Kalisto is now your new cruiserweight champion. All the lumberjacks come into the ring and hold up Kalisto to congratulate him, and Cedric Alexander and Ali hoist him up on their shoulders. Very, very fucking bland and boring Raw. I mean, this was awful in terms of Raw and their quality. Like, I'm sitting here at 24 minutes on my review, and I just breezed through that. I mean, this was yet another a lot of pointless matches tonight. Like, why you keep having Apollo Crews get embarrassed by, Elias makes no sense. I wish Apollo Crews would drift away back to NXT where he needs to be because he has no fucking character. Titus Worldwide needs to fucking go away for a while or fucking add more people because him and Apollo Crews make no sense. Another fatal 5-way. I honestly need to go back and do a fucking count that since Extreme Rules, we've had how many fatal 5-ways. Like, this has been like the 7th or 8th fatal 5-way this year, and it's fucking ridiculous. I honestly harbor no hope for this division whatsoever in terms of fatal 5-ways. I mean, really? Your best act right now is a fatal 5-way? The women's division... That women's division needs a reset very badly, and hopefully Asuka will be that reset. Yay, no more Enzo Abore. They'll probably have their rematch at TLC, where they'll have some sort of stipulation on it or whatever. Hopefully to God, that won't be the last fucking match. They'll probably make that a pre-show or some bullshit. But, yeah, I don't see... Enzo wasn't moving the bar. And, I hate to say it to all those Enzo fans and people that I know with Enzo bookmarks. They need to remember, Enzo sucks. Enzo did nothing for the cruiserweights. Enzo isn't doing anything for the cruiserweights. If Enzo was doing anything for the cruiserweights, he would still be the champ. So I think they let them experiment with that for a while. Didn't work. So they're moving the title off of him before the pay-per-view. Maybe giving him his match next week before the pay-per-view. And then someone more, prolific will make their way for the title match for the pay-per-view if they choose to even have that as a match at TLC at all. So, given that is the case, and the fact that this has been awful, but you know what? I'm coming up on 30 minutes now with nothing to talk about until after SmackDown Live on Tuesday. I'll be honest, this is Gary Maloney for Sacktown Slam and a shitty Raw, but I will say this, I am Gary Maloney. And for all the people wondering if I'm bald, I'm not. But I'm Gary Maloney, and I am signing off.